Hi everybody, welcome back to yet another camera review. This is only the second one in a very short amount of time, but as you could see in my previous review of the Canon G7X Mark III, that camera didn't really make me happy. And I hope that this one, the Sony RX100 VII, does make me happy. At least, that's what I'm hoping. Now, there's one thing that is changing from the previous video I made. This one, I am using the audio jack to put on an external microphone. So the sounds should be better. For the rest, we're just gonna do the same stuff. I'm gonna walk, talk, and, you know, do some trail rides to see how the stabilization is on this thing. And then low light, although this camera has an amazing zoom lens, it is only, waving? Yeah, we're waving. It is only a 2.8 lens, so yeah, the low light, we'll try that out. And just for the record, this camera does not have a built-in ND filter because of that large lens. So I did put an adapter on here, and there's a variable ND filter on here. Just like I like to wear sunglasses, I like my camera to wear sunglasses as well. So just so you know, the result you're seeing is with the ND filter on here. So let's start our day.
En avant les amis, l'aventure nous attend. The voyage starts with open hearts. Set course and head for parts unknown. A new adventure to learn about new cultures. And leave behind the world we've always known. Come join us on our journey. We're on our way. We're on our way. Together we can face the world and find a color. Let's celebrate. Let's dance and play. To the rhythm of the world we find today. We're on our way. We're on our way.
So, by the way, if you hear this noise, like when I do this is me just turning the microphone towards me or to the other side. This microphone goes directly into the camera onto a 3.5 mini jack. This is really easy. I don't need a bracket for it. I think this is one of the most convenient systems that is out there, and it produces pretty good audio. Thank you for saying hi. Have a great day. Bye. So I think this microphone produces quite a good quality, especially it's a bit windy now, and I think it should be okay with this little micro muff on here. The only thing what I'm trying to figure out is to work with the variable ND filter. It's a bit of a learning process, but I'll be able to figure it out sooner or later. So, time for a little break at Victoria's.
assez flou. Ouais, le café, ce sera
There's a bit more light in here. This little shop. So I did put his sunglasses back on. We'll see how the low light comes out. There we go. A beautiful castle. Let's go check out the stabilization on this thing. Again, on the wildest rides in the wilderness. Just to be sure I don't lose the ND filter, I'm gonna take it off for the ride. The f-stop will do the work for me, I hope. This is really a test for the stabilization, which, by the way, on the Canon I really liked. Canon does a good job in that. All the other things weren't that good. This camera, you have an active intelligent mode. That was the steady shot mode I used to try to keep the footage as stable as I could. On this camera, it is also possible to do this in 4K. We're shooting in 1080, but it is possible in 4K. It wasn't possible before. Intelligent active. There you go. So let's go do one more ride. So although the Canon had a 1.8 lens, which should mean that you get better low light, inside here I found myself having trouble with the autofocus. It was getting dark, focus wasn't on top, so it's a lot of cutting and pasting. I hope this one will do better because it has a great autofocus. The low light isn't as good, but let's hope the autofocus and this 2.8 Sony lens that they all make up for that. Let's go see. By the way, just to be clear, again, I took off the ND filter because, I mean, it's dark in there. That ND filter doesn't have a purpose anymore. So it's just the lens. Let's go check it out. One last look at the outside world, and then it's over. Let's go inside.
When hinges creak in doorless chamber, where candlelights flicker though the air is deathly still. Welcome, curious friends. It is so nice to have guests. You may not believe it, but beauty once lived in this house. And now, curious souls, come, I have more to show you. Our tour begins here, in this gallery, where you gaze upon the sweet innocence of youth. Kindly step all the way in and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now. Perhaps you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. It appears everyone is doomed in Phantom Manor, even you. And notice this. This chamber has no windows and no doors, which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. The real beauty of this house awaits us farther on. And she's dying to meet you.
I mean, here you see that the 2.8 lens is just not that bright, although the face recognition does pick up the Phantom's face, which is pretty cool.
Much to see, so look alive and stay together. I'd hate to lose you so soon.
So my favorite painting in here. There you go.
Allez-y, avancez.
Le bal va commencer. Et si vous restez toujours assis,
And witches, answer this call. Your presence is wanted at this ghostly ball.
Start to swing!
This was it. This was our day with my new camera, the Sony RX100 VII. This is the camera. I mean, it's a pretty nice camera. It also has the audio in. This is a, what is it called? Ceremonic mic? No, ceremonic. Anyways, this is the little camera, this is the little... Anyways, this is the little microphone. I put an extra muff on there that they gave me. It helps for the wind. It's pretty nice, and it just plugs in right away into the camera. Cool thing is that I can turn it around whenever I need. That's the sound and that's the noise you hear when it's ticking when I turn the mic. Anyways, it's a really cool thing that I can point the mic wherever I want. I also had a ND filter on here, and this is it. This is the little ND filter. It's with the mount from Sony, so which is not a magnetic mount, it just clips on there. I have a Varial ND filter. Basically, I think the cheapest one I can find on Amazon, it's a Gope ND filter. Nothing special. I mean, it looks good like this. It's a bit silly when it's all out, but at least it helps. This camera has an amazing large zoom. It's crazy. But as it has such a big zoom range and so much packed into this little body, it misses the variable ND filter built in. That's why I have to put on this thing, which when you see it on the camera, it looks a bit silly. I would prefer like a normal zoom range, even up to 70 would be fine with me, but with a built-in ND filter. Maybe have the choice, like a larger zoom range and a shorter one, but with the ND filter built in. Now, this was it for Disneyland Paris. We're going home. I'm going to, first of all, watch the footage, because when I'm filming this, it's not that you can see it like on the screen. Although this screen, cool thing is, it has a sunny weather, like, I don't know, you can put it into sunny weather and then you can see it really good. Only thing that's too bad is you don't see what's underneath, so you can't see your ISO or your f-stop, which with the Canon I never had that problem. But I'm really happy about this camera. I was amazed inside Phantom Manor to see how well it performed with a 2.8 lens. So I'm satisfied. I will see you guys back home once all the footage is uploaded, so we can talk a bit more about the video quality, but I'm satisfied. By the way, for those who want to know, this is a little Manfrotto tripod. Nothing special, it just holds it on, and this is it. I'm happy. Only big difference is with this and the Canon is that this thing is way more expensive than the Canon. So it goes, I think now, $1,200, 1,300 euros, which is not cheap, not at all. It was worth it for me because I have been waiting to replace my old Canon, which is the one I'm filming with right now. So it definitely was worth it. If you're looking to buy something not as expensive but still want to change your old Canon, go check out the Sony RX100 VII. That one still has the built-in ND filter, but has a newer sensor than the new Canon G7X Mark III. So try that one out. It's, I think, about the same price, and I would prefer the Sony 5. Still, this one with Andy built-in mic, well, the mic adapter better, and the crazy autofocus, the eye autofocus. It amazes me. Even, I'm gonna let the train drive by, even inside Phantom Manor, it picked up the faces of the ghosts, which is amazing. No hunting, it was really quick, really fast. That's why I love this camera. This one is a keeper. Until they bring it out with a built-in ND filter and not as large of a zoom.